Coming up on Carousel of Douglas, we talk about our 3 favorite hotels at value, moderate, and deluxe level. Stay tuned. Hello everybody and welcome back to the Carousel of Douglas. Today we're going to talk about one of my favorite things, the Disney resorts. We're just going to give you a quick overview of some of the resorts that we think that you should choose the next time you're trying to plan your Disney vacation. Before we do that, I want to talk about the 3 major levels of Disney resort. You have value, moderate, and deluxe. I'm going to kind of describe to you all 3 of the levels just really quickly. There are exceptions to all of these rules, but first I'm going to start with the value resorts. The value resorts usually have a food cart only where you can get your food. It generally has a number of stations. You can kind of select your salad, or you can get a sandwich or a burger or chicken fingers and fries, and a lot of them do offer a specialty food, which we will get into later. Then they also will generally have a very large pool that has some kind of big theme, but there's nothing really special about it. It's usually just a pool. And then you will also find that they often have, for adults, a little bit of a walk-up bar where you can get a beer, some specialty cocktails sometimes, maybe even a cupcake or something. But the value resorts, that's really pretty much all they have. Not saying that it's bad. Oh, one last thing about value resorts, they generally use transportation only by Disney bus. At your moderate level, you're going to find that there's a little bit of a step up in the amenities. One, with that pool usually has a much stronger theme, and it sometimes has great little additions like a really large splash pad or a water slide or something that kind of makes that pool stand out. The next thing is that they will often have easy access to a sit-down restaurant. Not all of them have one right there on campus, but they have one within a short walking distance. They also will have a food court as well to kind of make that quick service restaurant. But the sit-down quick service combination is kind of a big thing for the moderate resorts. They will also often have some kind of sit-down lounge. It's not just a walk-up bar. So your moderate resorts will often have just a little bit of a step up. Oh yeah, one last thing with them, they are usually using just the Disney bus transportations, but some of them have some upgrades to that, as well as the fact that a lot of them will also have a running trail that is set up around the campus as well. That's very obvious. The final level of Disney Resort is the Deluxe, and the Deluxe pretty much comes with everything you would expect. It has a food court, it has a sit-down restaurant. Almost all of them have a signature dining experience, which is a little bit of a plus up in the dining experience, where it's higher-end food with a little bit of a higher price, a little bit better wine and alcohol selection at that restaurant, and generally all of them will also have multiple stores, as well as a spa available at a number of them. So the Deluxe resorts really kind of step it up. Don't forget that fitness center and usually multiple modes of transportation, either boat or Skyliner and bus. And some of them even have things like a savannah where you can look at the animals. Also at those Deluxe resorts, they often have a high-end cocktail lounge where you can sit down and have some pretty fancy drinks. So you want to check those out too. So there's a lot of things at those Deluxe resorts that really pluses them up, in my opinion. So let's get started here. Now that you know the difference between all the resorts, I want to give you my favorite value resort, and that is Pop Century. I know a lot of people are expecting all kinds of different options here, but I'm telling you, Pop Century is the one you want to go with. It has an excellent location, very easy access to all of the parks. It also has a pretty awesome food court called Everything Pop. It's kind of combined with the store at this place, and it's just set up in a different way that's much better than all the other food courts at the value resorts. I also like the fact that they have a signature sandwich there. It's a grilled chicken sandwich that they use with their own house seasoning. It's only $11.99. It comes with bacon and fries, and it actually is really tasty. The other thing I would also recommend is the fact that the Pop Century Resort is actually really, really close to the Art of Animation Resort and a Skyliner station. And that gives it a second mode of transportation, giving it a plus up. And the reason I wouldn't go with Art of Animation is I actually feel like the room prices at Art of Animation kind of start pushing towards the moderate level instead of being a real value resort. So there you go. Our favorite value resort is Pop Century. For our favorite moderate resort, we're actually going to give you one that you may not be expecting us to say. We love French Quarter. Port Orleans French Quarter is an amazing little hidden gem resort right next door to Port Orleans Riverside. And I gotta say that because it's right next door, you get all the amenities of Port Orleans Riverside without all the extra noise. Because I have to be honest, Port Orleans Riverside is often crowded because it's extremely popular. I love French Quarter. It's quiet, it's beautiful, it's got an awesome pool. It actually has this really cool water slide that's King Triton riding a sea serpent. Oh, and don't forget the fact that you can take a boat to Disney Springs because it is actually technically a Disney Springs resort, but it has great access to Epcot and the Magic Kingdom, and the drive to Hollywood Studios and Animal Kingdom isn't actually all that bad either. One last thing I really like about Port Orleans French Quarter is their Scat Cat Lounge. Amazing jazz. Sometimes they also have a gospel group that comes in and performs. Just killer musicians. French Quarter is that little hidden gem that no one really knows about because they always go for the other resorts. And I recommend moderate resort Port Orleans French Quarter. Our final hotel that we would like to recommend at the deluxe level is the Yacht and Beach Club. Now, I understand that that's actually two resorts, but they're really one. They're combined together, they meet each other in the middle, and they kind of just switch over. So I call them the Yacht and Beach Club Resort. And I gotta say, they're my absolute favorite for one major reason. First, they have easy access to two parks. You can walk to Epcot, and you have a short walk to Hollywood Studios. It's only about 15 minutes. In fact, that saves you time. It's shorter than the bus and the Skyliner, and no one really does it, so you can beat the crowd there easily. One of the other things I absolutely love about the Yacht and Beach Club is that they have an amazing selection of restaurants. They have Yachtsman Steakhouse, Cape May Cafe, Beaches and Cream. They have Ale and Compass, the Ale and Compass Lounge. They have Martha's Vineyard, where you can get food later at night. They have an amazing selection, including not only the awesome food that's available at the pool, and let me tell you about that pool. Stormalong Bay. It's got a sandy bottom pool. It's got a gigantic water slide that it's themed to the Stormalong Bay kind of feature with the pirate ship, and it's long and you have to walk over there. And man, do Yacht and Beach Club goers protect that Stormalong Bay pool vigorously. They will defend how amazing that pool is if you go any forums and discuss Stormalong Bay. If you were to say anything negative about Stormalong Bay, you'd be harassed forever about how wrong you are. I am not kidding. Stormalong Bay is an incredible pool. And let's not mention the fact that you have easy access to the Boardwalk Inn, which has nightlife and usually until 1 o'clock in the morning. Yacht and Beach Club really can't be beat. Oh, you have walking distance to the Skyliner at the Epcot station, and you also have friendship boat transportation. I mean, you really can't beat it. The Yacht and Beach Club, just everything you want, and easy access to the parks too. Really great. I do actually want to throw in one honorable mention, and that is for a DVC only resort. It's really not. You can get a room there if you want one. You're gonna pay a little bit more for it. But Disney's Saratoga Springs Resort and Spa is what I'd recommend. First off, it has those amazing treehouse villas. And if you haven't seen those, check them out. That's actually a bucket list room for me to stay at. And also, they have one of the 2 Senses spas on Disney World campus. I mean, that's great. Easy access to the golf course and walking distance to Disney Springs. Saratoga Springs has also recently been refurbished and all the rooms look great. Honorable mention there for Saratoga Springs. You should check that one out too. So there you have it, folks. There's my recommendation for the best Disney resorts on property. You really can't beat them. I hope you found this video informational, and if you did, I would love it if you'd hit the subscribe button. Hey, why don't you comment and tell me which resort is your favorite? Tell me what I got wrong. I'd love to actually know. And also, I'd really appreciate if you give this video a thumbs up. And you know, like I always say, I don't like to say goodbye because I'm gonna see you real soon. So, see you, bye.